Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Batman issue number 3. This first issue, well, this third issue is called Crown of Thorns. I felt like page for page for page, it just kept the story moving. It kept it fresh the entire time. The Riddler was in this, and it's a very smart version of the Riddler. I have to give serious props to this one. Let's get talking about all that good stuff. We're going to move on from there. So, again, this issue is called Crown of Storms. Matt Fraction is the writer. Jorge Jimenez is the artist and the cover artist. Tomio More did the colors, and Clayton Cowles with Jorge Jimenez did the letters. That's interesting. How often does an artist contribute to the letters? Maybe he did the onomatopoeias? I don't know. Anyway, whole bunch of variant covers out there, including one by Jim Lee himself. I heard that he likes Batman. Does he like Batman as much as Bill Finger, who is the one and only sole creator of Batman? Hey man, how long did Bob Kane completely ignore and screw over Bill Finger? So when that amount of time has elapsed, I will acknowledge that maybe Bob Kane had something to do with Batman. Until then, it's all Bill Finger. And Bob Kane gets the finger. Oh, you're so lucky the pages are showing right now instead of me, because I'm just saying this is a family channel. Okay, let's get talking. So we got that butt face, Vandal Savage. He has found on his, remember, this guy is like the oldest living person on Earth, technically human, but only by proxy. He's like what, Cro-Magnon or something. Anyway, he's got time to actually learn things, right? And he was able to very quickly figure out, and pretty easily too, that Batman was actually there at the scene of the shooting. There's also a kid. I like this kid. This little kid is sitting there with, I don't know if it's his grandma or an auntie or something like that, but little Home Slice is sitting there videotaping his mom with his camera, or this auntie with the camera, the phone, and she's like, "Is that a camera too? Is that recording?" And meanwhile, they're talking about how things change, specifically how Gotham has changed, how it continues to change. Little documentarian there. And later on, he's going to go and he's going to talk with a news reporter who is apparently one of those gritty Ben Urich types. I'm not familiar with this particular character, but I really want to get to know this character and I want him to be awesome. I'll tell you, man, Batman has an incredible cast of characters, and I know I don't read a whole lot of Batman, and I'm not going to be reading all things Batman. This will not become a Batman channel. I just don't have that much time in it. I don't read as many comic books as Batman has comic books. All right, let's just acknowledge that. All right, a new issue 1 just came out, and we're on an issue 3 with this particular series. Like, come on, man. In the words of Joe Biden, come on, man. Anyway, where's Corn Pop? Where's Corn Pop at? Feel the hairs on my legs and all that. Anyway, let me smell some girl's hair. We're not going to play that game here. So this kid reminds me of a young Miles Morales. Honestly, if we are building up to a brand new Robin, count me in. Origin story and everything. I really like this kid. Like I said, this kid reminds me of a young Miles Morales. I am so looking forward to maybe, just maybe, this kid gets to be a Robin. Oh, it's time, right? It's time for a new Robin, isn't it? Young Damien's about to go off to college. Ooh, after kicking his dad in the nuts. Look, I'm going to say something. A son, a child, or an offspring kicking their father in the nuts, in my opinion, is like a father punching a kid in the head so hard he gives him brain damage. I want you to stop and think about that for a moment or two. Pause the video so you can reflect. I'm saying, yeah, I would consider doing something. My love for my kids is not endless. And that would be just the ultimate insult. All right. And I get it. The whole spiritually doing the same thing to Alfred stuff. That was a really good way to off-put that. But oh man, really good. Anyway, this, let me tell you something. As I'm reading through this book and we're going from story to story, we're seeing Vandal Savage losing it. He wants to hurt Batman, kill Batman so bad that he's willing to hurt and kill one of his own officers. It's one thing to not care about them. It's another thing to actively try and torture them and potentially kill them. When a freaking nurse shows up and she's the one who saves this poor officer's life, I'm saying. The disrespect to kids is evident, but I think that Bruce Wayne is doing this to himself on purpose because that Bernard kid is so rude to Bruce. But again, I think that Bruce is doing it on purpose. Maybe he's almost kind of sort of grooming this kid to be a Robin also. Every time you see a kid in a Batman comic book, you have to wonder. You have to wonder, right? Who could have seen that kid trying to steal the wheel off the Batmobile like it's a freaking, bastardized version of a Christmas Carol would actually become a new Robin, right? I didn't see that coming, personally, but I was also like 10 when that happened. I was about 10. So there's that. So much happens in here. Oh, the reason why I mentioned the Bernard versus Bruce thing, even if that's not going to turn into anything, I'm going to say this. I love the way Fraction puts together a Batman story, because one of the things there's two things that's always bothered me about the Batman character. Technically three. One is that Bruce Wayne and Batman, for most writers, is always the exact same person. The exact same. Their demeanor, their attitude, the way they interact with people, it's always the exact same. It's like you'd see Bruce in just a little bit of shadow and maybe wonder, oh my God, you're Batman. Well, you act just like him. Oh my gosh. Easiest thing in the world to see that. Now, when we see the movies, Bruce has to act differently from Batman. But, George Clooney didn't, but whatever. But in the comic books, I almost never really feel that's the case, right? In what Fraction is doing right now, this is a very different. If I didn't know that Bruce Wayne and Batman were the same person, if this was the first Batman book I'd ever read and I just came into existence and didn't know who the Batman character was, I would sit there and be like, I wonder who Batman is in real life, because these two don't act the same. Boom. Huge love for that. Huge love for something like that. There's a lot in here. The stuff with the Riddler was particularly interesting. I'm not fluent in Arabic. I don't know if Matt Fraction is, but I'm pretty good. I'm conversational. I can read scholarly text if I need to with minimal explanation. And yet Fraction knew that there's a secular meaning for the word haram. Haram means bad, forbidden. If something is haram, it's bad. You stay away from it. It's not necessarily taboo, but it's a sin, right? It's hasad. It's a very bad, terrible thing. You want to stay away from this. Avoid the haram, but run to the halal, right? The idea that Fraction knew the secular meaning of haram, to stay apart, to separate, I didn't know that. I actually didn't know that. Right? My wife grew up learning Arabic, so she's asleep right now. It's almost 2 a.m, right? But the idea that she knew this, or that she wouldn't know this, would surprise me. But Matt Fraction, was this dude studying Arabic? Is he hanging out with Saladin Ahmed? What's going on here? Very, very cool that he knew that. Honestly, of all the questions I would ask Matt Fraction right now, personally, to me, forget you guys. To me personally, that's the one question I would want to ask. How did you know that? Why do you know that? Anyway, guys, just to point out, there were a lot of little riddles in here, and they were fun, and I really liked them. Oh, crap, I think I got it. He might have known this by using AI. Yeah, I have to use AI in my work once in a while. Like it's mandatory. I actually have to contractually use AI in some of the work that I do when I write my technical manuals, because I have to get it checked. So there's an AI program. It's an exclusive. You guys can't use it. It's an exclusive AI program that I have to use to check what I'm doing, so that it automatically goes to the guys I work, for whatever guys I'm working for through contract, so they can see did I do it to their pleasure anyway. So yeah, you know what? Knowing how AI works, he might have used AI in that. I'm not mad at him if he did, and I apologize if I'm wrong. I'm just guessing. Because AI would point something like that out. Give me a very cool riddle that would cause such and such and such. I get it. I get it. Excuse me. Anyway, this was a fantastic book. I don't know how the other Batman books are. I'm worried about reading the other Batman books. Why? Because I want to imagine all the Batman books are this good. Just saying. Guys, grab this book. You're probably going to grab it anyways. Let's be realistic. Ain't nobody fooling nobody here, right? Fantastic story. Fantastic read. The art is spectacular. Batman uses a camouflage suit in here. I'm digging what I'm reading in this. Might just be a go-to Batman book for me. I'll talk to you guys later. Like the video, watch an ad. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.